Whoa, okay, so this started out. Calm down, game. Calm down. Oh god. Calm down. I didn't think it was gonna start like this. Wow. That was quite the anime opening. Holy cow. Okay, are we good? Are we good? I didn't expect this. Okay. Are we recording? Yeah. How's the game audio? Okay. God dang. Oof. Okay. Wow. Okay, so hola, I'm Casual Cali, bienvenido back to my channel, and today we're gonna play this game. As you can see, I love you, Colonel Sanders. Yes, I know it's Colonel. Leave me alone. So, I got my date face on today. I actually put full makeup on instead of just my lipstick. Got new black cherry lipstick. But, I was hoping it wouldn't give me an opening because I wanted to make sure the recording, and I like to play games blind when I record. Oh dear. Once I found out about this game, I was like, oh, I should get that game. But I don't got any money for games. And then it was free, and then it sat in my Steam library forever. Like the good gamer girl that I am. So, the door keeps creaking behind me. I'm also puppy sitting. So if you see a pupper run around, oh, she's already on the couch. Hooray. Hooray. Okay. Oh dear. Oh dear. Let me scooch. Okay, so what is this game? I don't know. We're gonna find out right now. Before we get started, tell us your name. Barry. Oof. Them chickens. What are we doing? Oh. Oh, it's a loading screen. Let me turn this down. Jesus. The biscuits. Fun fact, oh god, did it crash? Oh no. Oh no. Okay. It crashed. Okay. Try again. It's probably because I'm rendering a video. But, whatever, try again. KFC presents. We get to see the whole opening again, I guess. The rivals, best friend, a corgi. Look at it. Go, Colonel Sanders. Your secret herbs and spaces. Go. Can I skip this? Oh, I can. Cool beans. Okay. New game. Tell us your name. Barry. That's my internet name. Okay, let's see if it loads this time. Oof. Ah. Tell you what, man. Colonel Sanders. Remember when Reba McEntire was Colonel Sanders and Norm Macdonald? I liked Reba McEntire as Colonel Sanders. That was pretty funny. Don't crash again, game. Oh! You sleep softly as the morning sun casts a warm glow through the window of your modest student apartment. Got my K-pop over here. Got my chicken. My sneaks. Is that like a real sneaker? Like, image thrown in this game? Whatever. The world is peaceful and serene. I spit. I'm sorry. You could stay in the moment forever. Oh, God. Or you could wake up. Now, now, now. Your first day of culinary school is no time to sleep in. Smack that clock up and at him. Throw the clock out the window and stay in bed forever. Well, smack it. Lying in bed, you stare at the ceiling, thinking about everything that awaits you at the prestigious University of Cooking School, Academy for Learning. It's quite the school name. Your mind begins to wander. Who will be there? What will you cook? What should you wear? Time begins to fly by, and you find your imagination getting away from you. Yes, I always read in Hispanic accent. I'm sorry. You'll need to take this seriously. You allow yourself to daydream a bit, thinking about the future. Yeah, I'm a daydreamer. It's here, finally, your first day of culinary school. So many dishes to prepare, so many students to meet. Your mind is swimming with possibilities when you realize you're running late. You grab a biscuit and burst out the door in a hurry. Nom nom nom. Delicious. Just what you needed to wake up those taste buds. Yeah, nothing says wake me up like KFC. Yikes! You're in such a hurry, in fact, that you forgot to put on any deodorant. Ugh, before running out the door. You're sweating buckets as you rush to arrive on time. Uh-oh. Oh god, I'm stinky. Standing in the quad, you gaze upon the magnificent University of Cooking School, Academy for Learning. Completely overrated. Here comes your lifelong best friend forever, Miriam. Oh my god, she's kawaii. She's the most adorably awkward person you've ever met, as is typical in every M&A. Good morning, Barry. Are you excited for the first day of the rest of our lives? Actually, because I sure am! Excited? A little nervous? Okay, a lot nervous. It's just that this morning I made breakfast for myself, but, well, when I ate it, I couldn't taste any love in the food. What if I'm no good? What if I fail? I should go cry. Classic Miriam. Raised by MasterChef parents, she's always held herself to a very high standard. Ever since we were little babies playing together and you rescued me from that quicksand box. What? It's been clear to me that you're the most loving, caring person I know. You're going to be great. Barry's Hispanic, I guess. But with University of Cooking School, Academy for Learning's famous to come on. 3-day only semesters. What? I'm afraid of being left behind and never catching up. Ah, sweet girl Miriam has always had a flair for the dramatic. This summer she got so nervous about her first kiss that she chipped a tooth practicing on a mannequin. Oh dear. Should you pep talk her or change the subject to give her some relief? Pep talk your best friend, change the subject to school gossip. What kind of friend am I? Let's pep talk her. You remember last month when we saw that fortune teller and had our tarot cards read? The lady with the mask who gave me nightmares? I've been trying to forget. I know, she looked spooky, but she was so sweet, and she told you that you were destined for great things. Remember that card with the fancy-looking tower? And that other card featuring the handsome fellow in the red suit? I've been waiting for so long to meet a handsome fellow I could call my own. And I'm sure you will soon. In no time we'll be graduating, and you'll be delighting the world with your heartfelt cooking in no time at all. As you talk Miriam up, you can feel her nerves begin to ease. You know what? Maybe everything will be okay after all. And if not, at least I have these killer bangs. They're some pretty sweet bangs, babe. Can you believe I cut them myself? Yes, you definitely believe it. I cannot believe it. Before you get another word out, you're rudely interrupted when someone smacks your books and custom-engraved measuring spoons out of your hands and onto the ground. Hey! It's... Really? You gotta spell it like that? It's Ashley. Your arch rival. She's totally evil, but you can't help but be filled with jealousy. She can get anything she wants, and she knows it. Jesus. Quite buxom, ain't she? Hello, Ashley. Oh, I didn't see you there, chicken shins. Hey, now. You leave Barry's shins alone. They are perfectly normal shins. I do, however, have short knees, so you can talk about my knees. I mean, it's nothing compared to your thick thunder Jesus. You could break skulls with them thighs, lady. Ugh, you can't stand Ashley. Even her name is annoying. You know for a fact that it's actually Ashley, but she had to add extra letters to make herself feel better than everyone. I thought it was just the Irish version. If anyone here knows what perfect shins look like, it's us. Hells yeah, we're not going to let you or your really weird insults get to us. Across the quad, you see Ashley's best friend, Van the Man has stopped to look at his own reflection in the mirror. His pants are so tight, you can see him casually working out his glutes while he styles his hair. No lie, they're rocking glutes. Ahem! Van! Oh my. You rang. Oh, Jesus. You've never been sure what their arrangement is, but as long as you've known them, Ashley and Van have been just as close as you and Miriam, but substantially more devious. I say he's devious, he's wearing the fucking, what's it called? Is that a petticoat? I don't know. His hair! It's a star! I can't believe that University of Cooking School Academy for Learning would ever allow people like you to attend as students. I know, right? You'd think they just hand us our diplomas now. Or maybe hire us on as professors. You amateurs could learn a lot from us. I want to learn how you get that ripped. What is your workout routine, bro? With the first day of school about to start, there's just not time to properly tell these two off, so you resist the urge. Let's go, Miriam. Psh, see you later, losers. As you approach the door, you see a goofy-looking kid pushing hard against the window directly next to it. Oopsie. I think it's broken. You reach forward and easily pull the door open. That should do the trick. I love you. I think you mean thank you. My name is Pop. I was named after my Pop. He's old. Could someone like this also be a student at the school? He must be one heck of a chef. Also, his name tag clearly says Bob, but I guess he's reading it upside down. Hi, Pop. I'm Barry. So, are you going to make me hold this door all day? Nope. And with that, the young man walks into the building ahead of you. Is it just me, or is he kinda cute? He's a kid, bro. I think it's just you. You both shrug your shoulders before following him into the building. You stand at the edge of the room, unsure where to sit. Who the heck are you? Who are you? Other students wander in and keep themselves busy chit-chatting. I'm sorry? A scruffy-looking pooch takes his place at a podium at the front of the class. Adorable. Now, quiet down, everyone. I am a corgi. Who is this unreasonably cute pup, and why is he in our culinary class? You must be Sprinkles, head instructor and CEO of UCSAL. Oh, we finally abbreviated it. Please call me Professor Dog. I may be cute and little and fluffy, but I still demand respect. What? A cute dog is our professor? This is the best school ever. I guess only a dog's nose is capable of picking up all the nuances of fine dining. Oh, it's fluttering. Out of nowhere, wind begins to rush around you as a swirl of cherry blossom petals fill the air inside the classroom. I'm chilly. Someone close the window. And then he walks in. Oh my. You're immediately swept up in the aura of this new student and his remarkable goatee. Who knew anyone could be so handsome? Time stands still. Now you're looking pretty dapper there, Mr. Sanders. It's him! If it isn't my favorite student, Harland. Colonel Sanders interrupts Sprinkles. Sorry, Professor Dog. Before he can finish his sentence. Please, call me Colonel. I don't remember what he sounds like. Colonel Sanders. A hushed murmur rolls through the classroom, and I'm gonna end up sounding like Reba McEntire at this point. Walks down the aisle of desks. Suddenly, the room is sweltering. Sweat begins to bead across your brow. You feel like everyone is looking at you, and you're not entirely wrong. And this over here must be Sweaty Sweats a Lot. Maybe we should open that window back up before Faucet Pits melts into a puddle and evaporates entirely. Oh, you sick bastard. Hold on just a second. Nobody talks to my friend like that. I can handle my own battles, Miriam. It's fine. You two both know my name. We were in the same kindergarten class. And what is with all your really weird insults? Besides, when Barry sweats, it's not gross. It's beautiful. Look at that shimmer. You turn to find Colonel Sanders standing in front of you. Okay. Colonel Sanders, beautiful angel that he is, stands before you, smiling gently, his hand outstretched. Boy, howdy, this classroom gets hotter than a Kentucky fryer. Please, use my handkerchief. Okay, you freeze up. Colonel Sanders is talking to you. Wait, Colonel Sanders is talking to you about how sweaty you look. You're completely mortified. This can't be your first interaction. What if he never forgets this moment? Take the handkerchief. Take it. You stretch out your hand and Colonel Sanders places a fine silk handkerchief in it. It's so beautiful you hesitate to press it to your face, but when you do, the feeling is transcendent. It has his natural scent on it. It smells of the most delicious chicken you've ever smelled. Professor Dog steps in to settle the class down and gets some ground rules. Welcome to University of Cooking School, Academy for Learning, the greatest culinary academy in the world. The birthplace of culinary legends past, present, and future. Many challenges await you. There will be tears, there will be blood. There might even be really adorably tiny food. And When all is said and done, there will be a battle. You will lift your sporks and compete in the broom cooking arena. Just then another student enters the classroom and interrupts the professor's rousing speech. Look a little sullen there. Hi guys, sorry I'm late. I hope everyone had a good summer. I really miss... Quiet! Late to class is bad enough, but interrupting my monologue? You're on the fast track out of here, young man. Are you sure you're even in the right place? Don't you recognize me? This is my 3rd year in the school, with you as my teacher. Everyone stares at him blankly. Look at this freaking dog. Does no one remember me? You're expelled if you utter one more word before I finish. Listen to Master Corgi, bro. Let that be a lesson to you students that tardiness is unacceptable. Even Evan Clank made it here on time, rolling halfway across town on his tiny wheels. You turn to see the student Sprinkles is referring to, who appears to be some sort of industrial kitchen appliance. Okay, the class bursts into laughter. Oh, Clank, you rascal! Sprinkles walks in the classroom as everyone stands in silent obedience. When he gets to you, he lifts his nose into the air and takes a deep sniff. Your diet is lacking. Based on what I'm picking up here, you definitely need a multivitamin. You should be taking better care of yourself. You've never had a talking dog as a teacher before, but Sprinkles' reputation for being smart but tough is well known. You decide to try and butter him up by giving him a treat from your pocket. What kind? Or a ball, a chicken snack, a beef treat. Let's do a chicken. We're doing chicken. You reach beneath your apron and return with a chicken snack in your hand. Sprinkles' eyes go wide as he locks onto it. His favorite! Well, I think there might be some competition for a new star student. The furry professor immediately devours the snack, leaving your hands slick with a coating of warm doggy drool. You see the other students eyeing you jealously, but pay no mind to them. If they want to succeed in life, they should have learned the importance of carrying a range of dog treats treat flavors on them at all times. Settle down, young chefs. Take your seats and prepare to have your minds open to the amazing possibilities of culinary creation. As everyone rushes to claim their favorite seats, you're left standing at the front of the room. Only 2 options remain. Hey, Barry, there's still a seat here. It seems that no one has claimed the seat next to me. If you're interested. Oh, you're talking. I mean, Miriam, we're best friends. You would understand that me and Colonel Sanders, we got some chemistry here, alright? Me and Colonel, you're always gonna be my best friend, but this is like this hot Colonel guy. Okay, you understand, right, babe? Yeah. Move to take your seat by Colonel Sanders. It appears he brought no books, pens, or pencils. However, his perfect upright posture shows off a shows off a seriousness that makes you confident in his desire to learn. Thanks for offering me the seat. I've only had 2 rules. Do all you can and do it the best you can. It's the only way you'll ever get that feeling of accomplishing something. It's so inspiring. A little off topic if you ask me, but okay. As soon as you've settled into your seat, the professor makes an announcement. Think fast, it's time for a pop quiz. Yay! A quiz about me! This incredibly unimportant and surprisingly short quiz will tell me if you are ready for life at culinary school. Keep your knife sharp and your focus sharper. Here comes question numero uno. Train A is traveling to point B and train B is traveling to point A. How important is it to wash your hands before cooking? Extremely. Looking at you, Pop. That's right. Forest is to tree as chicken is to feather. That's right. What is the most efficient eating utensil ever created? Comically precise for a meat tender. A spork, of course. That's right. What food is best for a broken heart? Anything as long as it's prepared with love and not too much salt. A pancake that looks like that. That's right. Is Sprinkles a good boy? Yes. Oh, nothing but the best. I suck. Your total score is 4 out of 5. Only 1 wrong? Not too shabby. You might just do alright, kid. You look up to see that Colonel Sanders has been watching you tally your score. He nods with approval. May I have your attention, students? I have an important announcement to make. Time for lunch! We've only been here for 2 minutes, doggo! Wow, the cafeteria is as nice as any restaurant you've ever eaten at. It makes sense that a school dedicated to cooking would also be serious about eating. A delicious fragrance wafts through the room and tickles the end of your nose. Your mouth waters. Do you smell that? That must be our lunch. It smells crazy good. Everyone, can I have your attention? Is it about lunch? No, I just wanted to apologize for my tardiness. You see, Howdy, folks. I'd like to make an announcement. Hey, It's about lunch. Everyone cheers. But Shh! Lunch, lunch, lunch. She said shh. In honor of the new semester, I've prepared something special to share with everyone for lunch. That must be the smell I smelled! Indeed. That smell? Hold your breath, waiting to see what food this mysterious student has created. You've heard that he's very talented, but were the rumors true? Is this? Oh my god! It's 11 herbs and spices, bro. Colonel Sanders lifts a large bucket above his head. Its contents glimmer in the light. Piled high are huge pieces of chicken, breaded and fried to a crispy golden finish. The aroma envelops you and you begin to feel warm and safe. Colonel Sanders has filled a bucket with chicken. What a novel concept. Your stomach begins to grumble as if to say, stop thinking and start eating. For fear, I've been developing a secret recipe for the perfect fried chicken. By my calculations, nothing less than 11 herbs and spices are required to achieve the perfect balance of flavors. You look around and notice that every other student has a pen and paper and is scribbling notes as fast as they can. But that's all I'll say about that. What, you think we want your stupid secret recipe, dude? Psh, oh, nah, my dude, nah. I'm just drafting a last will and testament in case one of those ingredients is poison. Get him! He looks around nervously to see if anyone else is laughing at his sick burn. You wait to see what Zinger Ashley has prepared to follow up, but she suddenly takes a different approach. Okay, I got a phone call. Hello? No. Yep, I'm just recording gameplay. Okay. Bye. Okay. You wait to see what Zinger Ashley has prepared to follow up, but she suddenly takes a different approach. Yeah, and I was just like writing in my diary. Dear diary, today I smelled something beautiful. I knew at that moment that only the hands of a true gentleman could fry chicken so tender. You see her body language change from bitter and evil to sweet and innocent as she slides closer to Colonel Sanders. She realizes that he is destined for greatness and fame with cooking skills like this. She wants him all to herself. Oh, please. Well, Van the man, if you don't want any, I'll take his. Whoa, hold on, I guess I'll try it. He takes one bite and his eyes grow wide. He starts contorting his face as he tries to hold in his pure exhilaration and act unimpressed. Easy now, there's enough for everyone. Please, my fellow classmates, dig in. You take one of the pieces of fried chicken out of this bucket and sink your teeth into it. It's amazing. Tasting Colonel Sanders' food transports you to another dimension. Alone with your taste buds gripping a drumstick in your hand, you float weightlessly. Focus your mind and meditate on this moment. Try and identify every flavor. Savor the moment and everything that it tells you about Colonel Sanders' culinary heart. Swim toward the light. I must savor this moment. The flavors in your mouth are beautiful, pure, heavenly. What a guy! Alone with the flavors, you feel something that can only be described as love. For man, for flavor, are they the same? After tasting his food, you try to get some one-on-one time with Colonel Sanders. You approach Colonel Sanders. Colonel Sanders smiles ever so softly as you approach. He stops what he's doing and allows you to break the silence. Colonel, I wonder if I could talk to you for a second. Anything for a fellow chef. What exactly was on that chicken? How bold to come out and ask. It's an idea I had for a new combination of flavors that'll make me my fortune and establish my legacy for all time as I open a chain of high successful fried chicken restaurants. No big deal. It's just you and me here talking. I can keep a secret. In fact, I've got some of my own that I'd be willing to trade. What's the rush? The semester's only getting started. We've got 2 more whole days to get to know each other. He's clearly not going to give it up easily, but it doesn't hurt to be persistent. You know what they say about secrets, Colonel? Shouldn't learning be fun? You've got moxie, I'll give you that. Colonel Sanders looks both ways to make sure you're truly alone and then leans in. You can feel his warm breath as he whispers, just one ingredient. But you can't tell. I use blank. It's something my great-grandmother taught me. Blank? Wow, you'd never have guessed that. In fact, you're not even sure where you'd get some if you searched. While you're wrapped up in that huge revelation, you notice that Colonel Sanders has disappeared. While everyone else is still in the cafeteria, you decide to look for him. You find Colonel Sanders outside, standing in the quad. Oh, it's you again. Howdy. Sometimes I like to come outside and look at the school buildings. I think about how my story will continue on after I've graduated. Sounds like you've got big plans. I dare say the biggest. I will leave my mark on this world, you can bet on that. Alone together for the first time, you figure now's the perfect moment to show your personality to him. Net him to show your own strength. Wow him with a big idea, to add an additional ingredient to really spice things up. Be modest but thoughtful. I'm gonna neg him. You know, I've been thinking about your secret recipe. Of course you were. You don't simply forget a flavor combination like that. That's exactly right. I remember it because I've tasted it before. I stopped at a random fried chicken stand the other day, and their chicken tasted exactly like yours. Did you just compare my recipe to a random fried chicken stand? Well, yes, I did, but it was really good stand, especially considering it was frozen first. Frozen chicken! Colonel Sanders struggles to conceal his emotions, fighting back tears of anger. I can't believe you'd say such a thing. You realize you'd done irreparable damage to your relationship from which it can never recover. How could you? Hey Barry, you saw that this game was called a dating sim, right? If that's your idea of dating, this is not the game for you. Oh, for pity's sake, try again. Do I have to go through everything again? I swear to God. This is not the game for me if I have to go through everything again. Just take me back out to the quad with Colonel Sanders. Like, I was just trying to one-up him, I mean... Found Colonel Sanders standing outside the quad. Howdy. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, 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 blah. Be modest but thoughtful. Well, I just wanted to tell you that I really enjoyed your food. Now you've got his attention. The flavors were complex but comforting. The interplay between salty, savory, and peppery was perfect. I appreciate the compliment, Barry. I'm sure you'll be a big success. I know we've only met today, but I'm starting to get the same feeling about you. We should head back inside. The next lesson starts soon. Step into the massive cooking arena where the afternoon lesson will take place. Each student gets an oven and all the tools and ingredients they could need. Look at this place. It's magnificent. Finally, we get to show our stuff. Wait a second. Oh no, we have to show our stuff. What if I totally blow it? You're not going to blow anything. Except my day. Except maybe kisses to the crowd of fans you're going to earn with your signature adorable tiny food creations. Welcome, students, to the cooking arena. For today's lesson, we'll be cooking with partners. Hurry up and pair off. Naturally, Miriam looks over at you, but unable to control yourself, you pounce on Colonel Sanders. Hey, Colonel, would you like to tackle this lesson as a team? A team of two. That is me and you, if that wasn't clear. Want to be my partner? Aww. Sure, Barry, I'll prepare our station. Without you as a partner, Miriam is left standing all alone. Two different students quickly take notice. Hello, new partner. Beep, boop, beep, Oh my, two potential partners? I'm so sorry, gentlemen, but I don't know who to choose. Looks like you'll have to pick for her. Friend duties can be a little awkward, but that's the price you pay for not being alone forever. What do you want to ask to be Miriam's partner? Who? I don't trust that kid, so Clank, even though he's a robot. Sorry, Pop, but I think I'm mixing up everyone. But I think Miriam will be partnering with Clank today. It's okay, I already ate. It's not entirely clear if Pop has any idea what the point of school even is at this juncture. Clank is clearly excited to have some attention. He heats up and begins to roll back and forth. Hold on there, fella. We don't even know the assignment yet. Technically, Clank might not have a face, but there's something charming and earnest about him. Bzzzt. Tissue? I hardly know you. Clank judders and a panel shakes loose. You get the impression this is a sign of affection. Looks like you two will be fine. Now it's time to focus on your own cooking classwork. Alright, you two, for today's lesson we're going to keep it simple. Pick a basic dish and divide up the steps. No chef is an island. It takes 2 flints to make a fire. You get the idea. Which dish you suggest to your partner, Colonel Sanders? Steak tartare seems easy enough. It's fancy and you don't even need to cook it. Using octopus will blow Colonel Sanders' mind. Oh yeah, the mashed potatoes and gravy for sure. I've always been something of a down-home chef. That's me talking. I've always been something of a down-home chef. I was thinking we could make something warm, inviting, comforting. Maybe mashed potatoes and gravy? I couldn't imagine one without the other. Colonel Sanders casts a coy look at you, causing your whole face to go beet red. Embarrassed, you quickly turn away. I'll go get the potatoes. No, please. Let me. Picking comfort produce is a passion of mine. Looks like things are getting pretty fresh around here. Does someone have a crush on Colonel Sanders? You're just cooking partner. We're just cooking partners. Mind your own damn business, bitch. With your chicken thigh highs. Sanders' heart is my business, and you'd better keep your fingers off of my man. You didn't even talk to him. Did someone call for me? Ugh, no, geez, Van Van. While I'm over here crushing Barry's dreams, you're supposed to be taking care of our classwork. That was the deal, remember? Colonel Sanders returns, arms full of peeled potatoes. He tosses them into boiling water and turns his attention to you and your old friends. Oh, howdy there, Ashley. Wow, this music sure has gotten up in the beat, ain't it? Are we working in a quartet instead of a duet now? Actually, no. It looked like Barry was struggling, so we offered to give them a hand. You know how it is. These young amateur chefs need a lot of mentoring. I was going to say, Colonel Sanders, if I could talk to you over this incredibly loud music, maybe I could also teach you a thing or two about fancy food. Maybe one day you might be able to get up to my level. Ha! Doubt it. Don't be rude, Van Van. Personally, I have no doubts whatsoever about Colonel Sanders' ability to concoct creations worthy of admiration. Admiration? After all, your fried chicken was quite spectacular. But Colonel, if you ask me, if this very loud music is disturbing your eardrums, I might make a better partner for you than this thing that has positioned itself at your station. Don't you feel deep down that we cast complementary shadows? We fit together like a thigh and a drumstick. It just makes sense. I mean, just look at my thighs. You got some meaty thighs, girl. Nothing about this makes any sense, but one thing is clear. She's coming for Colonel if you don't watch out. Oh, thank God. The music's over. I spoke too soon. Need to ask for some backup here before things get ugly. Turn to Colonel Sanders, hunk of hunks in your time of need. Turn to Miriam, your forever Bessie, who always has your back. Colonel, I'm here to learn and to express myself via my cuisine, not to bicker with prima donnas. Partners were chosen at the beginning of class, so let's all respect the format, okay? You turn to Colonel Sanders to confirm that you're on the same page. I chose Colonel Sanders and Colonel Sanders chose me. Isn't that right? A businessman respects all fair agreements, from contracts to handshakes. I took on Barry as my partner for this activity, and I stand by it. Based on your team's behavior, I'd say you're perfect for each other. Neither of you has Barry's natural talent or their loyalty. Being defended by Colonel Sanders leaves you feeling proud and full of potential. You look for Sprinkles in hopes that he might step in, but he's nowhere to be found. Probably because he's hiding from this frickin' music. You look down at your station and realize that in the tension of the moment, your hands have been cooking on autopilot. Oh, you've been cooking this whole time? I thought that was going to be a minigame. Distracted by the drama, you've already crushed the boiled potatoes into a perfectly creamy mashed texture. I wish I could do that in real life. I mess up potatoes all the freaking time. Plenty of butter and cream for flavor. Maybe I'm missing cream. I've been using milk. It's as if your natural passion guided you through the steps you know so well while your attention was elsewhere. I know just what to do. Colonel Sanders sends his hand. He's holding a beautiful white porcelain gravy boat, out of which pours a smooth brown gravy smothering your nearly finished potato dish. Gravy flows down the mound of mashed potatoes. The result looks spectacular. Granny would be very proud. Oh, they got some good gravy there at KFC. It's delicious. I used to just drink the gravy as a kid. Colonel Sanders holds a spork out to you. You reach out and grab hold of it, but he doesn't immediately let go. Two of you stand holding the same spork, and for that small moment, all of the madness and pressure in this crazy world stops. Thank God. Your eyes lock. The moment is electric. Time stands still. If you love something, set it free. Together you dig the utensil of the mashed potatoes and lift a heaping sporkful up when you see Ashley with a sinister look. You know she's plotting against you to be with Colonel Sanders. And then, filled with rage and a lot of loud music again, without thinking, you fling the sporkful of mashed potatoes right into Ashley's stupid, beautiful face. Van, do something! Scooping up a fingerful, Van tastes the dripping mashed potatoes and gravy and realizes that it's delicious, and I'm suddenly Southern again. Horrified by this revelation, he slinks away. Will he ever be able to cook something with so much love and integrity? Hold on right there, Barry. We do not waste food in the room. Voices, Callie. Cooking arena. Colonel Sanders, I expect better from you. If you throw one more spoonful, you'd both better be prepared to eat it from wherever it lands. Can I have potatoes, face? Van rushes back over, a covered dish in his hands. Mashed potatoes with gravy? Pathetic. In just a few minutes, I've prepared a full meal. Gaze upon my specialty, braised tentacle of octopus in my silky saltwater sauce, plated on a battle axe blade forged by supreme chef ancestors. You've ignored me for too long. That ends now. It is I who will have first bite, and you will all look on with envy. Interrupting student rushes at Van, swipes a bite of his signature dish right off the plate. No, don't! Something about this dish doesn't strike my nose quite right. I think the octopus was rushed and may have turned in the process. The results could be toxic. Too late. It has been eaten. I think I left something in the oven. I don't feel so good, Mr. Stark. It killed him! Everyone step back! Don't take another bite! When you look back at the plate, the rest of it is gone. You notice the tip of the tentacle being slurped up in Pop's mouth. Pop winces in pain for just a moment, then is almost immediately back to his obvious self. Whoopsie! Tastes like poison! The entire class has gathered to watch Pop's final moments. Shock has frozen the whole crowd. They're as motionless as statues. This is escalating. Last bell rings, disrupting the moment and snapping everyone back to reality. It would appear that Pop's enthusiasm for trying new things, despite obvious danger, has inoculated him against poisons of all kinds. I'm not sure the professors here make enough money. Hello? I just turned into a ghost over here. Seeing that you're shaken up by that really annoying student and all his nonsense, Colonel Sanders approaches you. I'm sorry you had to go through that. Please let me walk you home. What? Like for real? Oh, come on! You follow Colonel Sanders out of the room. Wow, this game has escalated to bizarre levels. Why am I not surprised? At night, the school building has taken on another vibe entirely. It's dark and more than a little spooky. Colonel Sanders stands in the quad's neon glow and speaks softly. Keep mixing up the accents. I have a natural southern accent because my daddy was from Texas, so whenever I get into it, I get into it. Those mashed potatoes you made in class today. Before you go on, I want you to know they're not a great representation of my skills. I didn't even realize I was making them. They were amazing. Tasting them, it reminded me why I became so passionate about food to begin with. Colonel Sanders is getting choked up. Cooking is obviously important to him in a way that you find inspiring. Now might be the perfect time to tell him you're developing feelings for him. Colonel Sanders? Yes, Barry. There's something I need to tell you. I'm waiting for that interrupt. Hold it right there. There's something I need to tell you first. Oh, jeez. You see, when I was just a boy, I had a dream that one day I would be the greatest chef the world has ever seen. And every day since, I have been working towards that dream. Day and night, never stopping, never resting. Also lifting a lot of weights. Like so many weights. We should follow our dreams with all of our hearts. That our souls may grant them like wishes floating on a shooting star. Hey, no, you... Shut up! I'm the one here to say inspirational stuff. And be the star of the story. Are we forgetting that you cooking literally... Oh. Are we forgetting that your cooking literally killed a guy? You can't prove that. I also saw you kill that guy. What was his name? Somewhere in the distance you hear a long, sad sigh. Forget him. We're talking about me. Me. I'm the hero. What? The Spork Monster is here to fight a hero. I think I left the fridge door open. Later, nerds. How dare you threaten me just as I was letting down my guard and connecting with another chef on an emotional level. Be afraid. Be very afraid of me because I am monster. You see, I'm Spork Monster made of mashed potatoes and sporks. Is he rhyming on purpose or is that just a coincidence? Well, before you can discuss syntax any further, it's a turn-based fight sequence. What will you do? Attack! You decide to go on the attack. Which attack will you use? Cook with Love. Cook with Love does 1 damage. It just got real. That attack really upset Spork Monster. Spork Monster goes on the attack. They spit hot gravy at you. You take 1 damage. Defend. You decide to defend. Which defense will you use? That one, Trepidation. You continue to stay back and endure whatever comes your way. Seems like a pretty weird strategy, but okay, sure. You do you. Spork Monster focuses their mashed mind and draws in energy from Mother Earth itself. They grow larger and more intimidating. How will you respond? Attack! You decide to go on the attack. Which attack will you use? Cook with Love. Cook with Love does 1 damage. Spork Monster is no quitter, buffed up and ready to rumble. They go on the attack once again. Spork Monster uses Utensil. You take 2 damage from the attack. If you take much more damage, you're not going to survive the battle. Attack! You decide to go on the attack. Cook with Love. Cook with Love does 1 damage. Spork Monster is oozing cheese sauce onto the lawn of the quad. I wonder who's going to have to clean that up. Feeling vulnerable, Spork Monster prepares for his ultimate attack. Rounded Edge. Vile villain, your reign of terror stops here. Colonel Sanders summons the energy of 1,000 chickens. Pop, pop, power pinch! Pop, pop, power pinch does 10 damage. Spork Monster is defeated. You saved me! An injured Spork Monster spews steam into the night. Forget mercy. Finish him! Finish him! No student will ever walk the quad in fear again. This monster messed with the wrong chef. Attack! You ready your final attack? You'll never survive my student debt loan destruction! And it does 10 damage. Spork Monster is completely vaporized. Colonel Sanders looks on in awe. You continue to surprise me, Barry. The defeated monster left behind a special item. Am I like scaring the dog? No, she's fine. It appears at first to be a cookbook, but upon closer inspection it's so much more. It's a book of magic spells with a golden chicken on the cover. You open the cover and find a library card tucked inside. The last name to have signed it out is Borko. Borko. That name sounds strangely familiar. Your blood is pumping as you stand in the quiet of the night, holding the mysterious book in your hands. As you come down from your battle buzz, you realize that your final attack has left you completely depleted. The world around you begins to fade away. Without energy to keep your eyes open, darkness overtakes you. You in my room, boy! The image of Colonel Sanders flashes before your eyes as you fall asleep. He must have helped you get home. In your tired state, you don't know if you could have made it without him. What a guy. You want to thank him, but you don't have the strength to utter a single word. You feel your covers being pulled up over you as you are tucked in tightly. Good night, my Colonel. In your dream, you're together with Colonel Sanders. For some reason, Sprinkles is there, instructing your love. Dreams are weird. You wake on day 2 and attempt to process the wild visions you had. Were they memories or premonitions? And then there was that secret ingredient that Colonel Sanders went ahead and told you, all right. Not much of a secret, huh? It's probably just because he already trusts you so much. Sure, that makes sense. We'll go with that. You meet up with your bestie in front of the school. Before you can tell her about the encounter with the Spork Monster, she launches into a story of her own. Okay, I know this might sound a little strange, but I think I might be him. I think I might like Clank. Like him? Like him? I know it sounds like it's moving too fast, but there's something about him. I like him. We got to talking after class, and he's actually a totally sweet guy. Not only that, but he's really smart. He told me all kinds of stories about Colonel Sanders. Did you know that Colonel Sanders was the most popular kid in his high school? No, but that does make complete sense. Yeah, but he was so popular that he was voted prom king at a school he didn't even go to. It was also the convertible that he himself rode in at the front of the homecoming parade. I'm thinking maybe something got lost in pressure cooker language translation there. Either way, maybe it'd be best if you took it slow with this new boy. Like I am with Colonel Sanders. You and Colonel Sanders, the coolest guy in school, the most famous student ever attend University of Cooking School Academy for Learning. You're a thing now. We definitely connected yesterday. Sure you did. You're great. Why wouldn't he be into you, I guess? Laughing at the implication that you and Colonel Sanders might be a thing is definitely not cool. You are great. You have an idea about how to prove that your love is real. Well, if he's not into me, why did he tell me one of his secret ingredients? Your bestie's eyes light up. A secret ingredient? Yeah, I just said that, a secret ingredient. Is there a dramatic echo in here? Miriam checks to make sure you're alone before continuing. So this summer, while I was on vacation with my family, a lovely man approached me in the botanical garden when I was wandering. This can't be good. He told me all about his passion for spices, secret spices. The man even gave me some to show me what he meant. He said it was a powder created from super duper rare dried flower petals, and that if I did him a big favor, I could have some of my own. Please, Miriam, don't tell me. So I filled my suitcase with them and brought them home. He was so nice he even met me at the gate when I arrived. Later, when I cooked with them, a very strange feeling came over me, and the flavor was unlike anything I'd ever tasted. I think you're being very liberal with the meaning of spices here. Whatever. Anyway, we both shared an interest in cooking, so we've stayed in touch, like pen pals. I bet he would love to know more about new spices. Well, I'm definitely not supposed to share Colonel Sanders' secret recipe, and besides, I only know the one ingredient, so I doubt it'd be much to us anymore. Please, please, please! It would mean the world to me. No one has to know it came from you or from Colonel Sanders. Make up a fake ingredient, man. I ain't sharing secrets. You quickly think of a fake ingredient. I don't know. How about it was Eye of Newt? Okay. 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 This is wear and tear on my throat. Drink my coffee. Eye of Newt. Wow! Her eyes light up imagining such a thing, and you figure that you've satisfied her curiosity and she'll move on. However, she immediately turns around and does some thumb typing on her phone that you can't quite see. It's probably not good. Before you can ask her to confirm that she was definitely not texting secrets to other people, you're interrupted. A wind rushes in. Cherry blossom petals fill the air. What's he doing on a horse? Stand back and admire his majestic glory. Hells yeah. His horse is truly a thing of beauty. Without ever acknowledging that he's being watched, he does a short horse dance before... Oh, I love horse dancing! He then slaps a beautiful creature gently on its rear, sending it running free into the countryside. You are so struck by the sight of him that you lose the ability to speak coherently. Oh, I didn't realize anyone was watching. Don't worry, he knows his way home. You tend to compliment Colonel Sanders, but the words don't come out exactly right. What a horseful beaut you have! What a horseful beaut you have! Dang it! That's what I just said. Being a good friend, Miriam attempts to cover for you. Oh, Barry just gets really nervous around people they like. What? This is not helping. I mean, they got good food. They got food poisoning and were up all night. It was gruesome. You should have seen it. She gives you a wink and a smile, as if to say, situation handled. Can't blame a girl for trying. With that, Colonel Sanders disappears in school, leaving you and Miriam to follow. When you enter the classroom, you can see your two rivals, Ashley and Van Van, are doing something bad. By the way they're hiding, you know it must be really bad. Like counterfeiting recipes bad, experimenting with strict ingredients bad, summoning a demon bad. You try and get a peek over Van Van's hulking shoulder, but he sees you coming. Whoa there, little one, I'm not sure you're ready to handle this. Why don't you make like a bee and mind your own wax, honey? Oof. Tell them to stop acting immature. Act like you're not interested in them, but really try and get a closer look. Sit near the rivals, but leave your back turned to them. You even hear Van Van mutter something that sounds a bit like a magic spell. However, he notices you eavesdropping. You try and cover your tracks and improvise an excuse. It's time for class, and you're distracting the rest of us who want to learn. Now you've upset them. Oh, and you're the emperor of cooking, are you? You make the rules? I'm not sure you'd know a good meal if it ate you. What's up with your hair, bro? Being the best chef in the world takes more than just culinary skills. It takes creativity. It takes panache. I think I said that right. And it doesn't hurt to use a little evil. You finally get a look at what it was they were hiding, and you instantly recognize it. It's a book, just like the one you found after your encounter with the Spork Monster. That's the same book that I found last night in the quad. Ashley immediately elbows Van Van, who hides the book behind his back. I don't know what you're talking about. That book is a family heirloom, and its contents are secret. You notice that they haven't just been studying the book. They've got Pop pinned to the wall, and they're tossing potato skins at him as he tries to catch them in his mouth. We're playing! Before you can dig in any further, you're interrupted by the arrival of more students. It's almost time for class. Beep, beep, boop, beep, beep. I am Clank. I come to class. I am normal. Clank must be running late. He's in such a hurry that he rolls right over Van Van's meaty foot. Hey! Watch it, you bucket of bolts. You watch how you talk to him. He didn't do anything. Bzz, womp, boop, beep, boop, beep, bop. Who do you think you're talking to? I've never heard such language, not even from a stand mixer. Womp, womp, oop, beep, boop. No, your mother was a stand mixer. Van jumps to attack Clank, but Clank shocks Van, sending him flying across the room. Oh dear. Protect me, Colonel Sanders. These crazed men are about to come to blows. I think it must be over me, but I'm not interested in either of them. Ashley's tone has completely changed in an instant. She bats her eyelashes at Colonel Sanders. Surely he must know that this is a ruse, right? Gentlemen, get a hold of yourselves. Save it for the arena at least. Or don't. Honestly, what do I care? I've got lofty career aspirations to focus on. Maybe I can help you with your business plan. Just then, Sprinkles arrives to signal the true start of the class today. He's panting, which doesn't seem that abnormal. He's a professor, but he's also a dog. Students, please take your seats. I apologize for my late arrival. I spent the morning chasing a car all around town, and my tiny legs are very, very tired. Teeny weeny corgi legs. But I'm here now, and I hope you're ready to learn. Rub his furry dog belly. He loves it. After he catches his breath, Sprinkles regains control of the classroom. Without further ado, we'll review the global history of my favorite fowl, the chicken. You want to pay attention to the lesson, truly you do. Which is why in 1776, at the signing of the Declaration of Independence, it was a chicken who first signed their name. But you can't help but daydream about Colonel Sanders, and you miss most of the important parts. When you come to, Sprinkles is holding a tray of food in front of you. Well, Barry, naturally this appears to you to be a sample platter. Which item do you want to sample? A dog biscuit, a shimmering pepper, a glass... Ooh. Dog biscuit? Because of the shape it's baked in, you assume the dog biscuit is a treat made by Sprinkles, an example of his own culinary transparency. Reach out for it when Sprinkles jumps up and bites onto your cooking apron. What kind of monster would steal a dog's favorite biscuit? Your apron is left in tatters. The entire class looks on in horror as you fall unconscious from the embarrassment. I never even got to... Can this be the end? Getting between a dog and his bone probably isn't a great choice. Oh my god! I'm failing. Jeepers creepers. Callie's not good at those datings. Thought about getting that daddy dating game or whatever. It looked fun, but like it's already over with. Like no one's playing it anymore, so what's the point? You awake on day 2, and attempt to process the wild visions you had. Or the memories are blah blah blah. Okay. Blah 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 blah. Make up a fake ingredient. Admire his majestic horse. Blah 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 blah. Act like you're not interested. Okay, blah blah blah. Yeah, ready to learn. When you come to Sprinkles holding a tray of food in front of you. Well, Barry, naturally it appears to you to be a sample platter. A glass of water, I guess. Grab the glass of water and gulp it down. It's cool and crisp, like the purest snow melted by a mountain spring. Hey, that was mine. It was for my favorite toilet. You owe me $6. And you've got excellent taste. You think to yourself, geez, I should pay better attention. We all make mistakes. I'm sure he'll forgive you someday. Come on, it's time for lunch. Before anyone can relax, the cafeteria lights dim. And your rivals enter to make a dramatic announcement. Today's lunch will be prepared via timed competitive cook-off. The level of theatrics of these two is off the charts. Demand they stop wasting everyone's time. Step up and tell them you're on. Yeah, a bit of lunchtime competition, eh? Count me in. If I have to wipe the tables with you fools before I set my lunch down on it, then so be it. I'm not the fool. You're the fool. Good one, Van. I like your gumption, Barry. I'll be watching your performance. Just as things reach a boiling point, Sprinkles steps in. Surely he'll put a stop to this madness. Now, students, please settle down. This is the lunchroom, not a sportsing court. Sportsing a word? Finally, a little sense. You breathe a sigh of relief. At least not until we turn on the timer. Just send a huge, blasts in your face, flashing the words timer ready. That's what I'm talking about. Arroo! I stand corrected. The hard way builds solidly a foundation of confidence that cannot be swept away. And that's an original quote by me, in case anyone's wondering. I hope this message lifts you to victory. Like a diamond, I was formed under pressure. Now is my chance to shine. You get some meaty thighs, girl. I will defeat you myself. Okay. You had his chicken and you made mashed potatoes and gravy on day 1. And you're feeling like you could really impress him again here. It's time to boil some water for the potatoes. Think fast. If the timer runs down, you'll be forced to pick randomly. That's wrong. What were you thinking, Barry? Going to need to season this chicken before you cook it. You don't know Colonel Sanders' recipe exactly, but you have an idea. 11. That's right. You might not know all the ingredients yet, but at least you're headed in the right direction. Tail wagging intensifies now that you've got some basic steps going. It's time to elevate your craft. What state of mind offers the best flavor? Vigilance. That's wrong. I'm begging you to get it together. Get it? I'm a dog. It's never the wrong time for some dog jokes. I'm begging. Next question. Your classmates are rooting for you, but Ashley is simply stronger and faster than you. You'd better pick up the pace if you want to survive. When you were a child, your father told you to never forget where you came from. Every day you meditate on his advice and draw energy from that place. Now would be a great time to harness energy, so where does it come from? A small town where big dreams come true. That's right. This is your shot, and you're not going to miss it. You try to shut out the noise of the arena and focus on your cooking. What's the sound of success? It's sizzling. That's wrong. Don't make me get the spray bottle. Is this the end? Yep. Okay. I suck. I'm not worthy of Colonel Sanders. Not worthy at all. Ugh. So God, if I have to do the whole day from the beginning again. Okay. Lights dim. Blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah. You're on. Blah 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 blah. Okay, victory. Formed under pressure. Mashed potatoes. Boil some water for the potatoes. It always boils 100 seconds after you turn the heat on. Nope. What were you thinking, Barry? Get your head in the game. 11. Guys, basically it's time to elevate your craft. Vigilance. That's wrong. Small town where big dreams come true. Bubbling. Try again. Is it already noon 30? Getting hungry, but not for fried chicken. Yeah. You're on. Blah 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 blah. Timer. Okay, let's do this. Potatoes and gravy. Boil some water. 100 Celsius. That's right. But how would you have even gotten into the school without knowing that? Winner gets to rub my furry belly. Let that enticing offer motivate you. You're going to need to season this chicken before you cook it. 11. That's right. Tail wagging intensifies. Now that you got some basic steps going, it's time to elevate your craft. There's a gratitude. That's right. You must never take this opportunity for granted if you hope to succeed. Your classmates are rooting for you, but Ashley is simply stronger and faster than you. You better pick up the pace. When were your child, father, blah, 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 blah. Small town. Blah, blah, blah. You try to shout out the noise. What is the sound of success? Silence. That's right. When they taste your cooking, they'll be so taken with it that they'll be unable to speak. You notice Colonel Sanders out of the corner of your eye. I believe in you, Barry. He's actually cheering you on, which would be awesome. Except knowing he's watching you makes you totally forget what you were doing. Now all you can think about is Colonel Sanders. How many spoonfuls of gravy? That. Get your mind in the competition. You're staring at a desert island with only one dessert cookbook. Which do you take? What a hunk! I know, right? You know what? Shouldn't you be focused on the challenge? You're falling behind. Riding together. Oh. Ashley's already begun. plating elements of her dish. It's colorful and complex. To make up time, you toss your biscuit dough into a stand mixer. As you do, the crowd gasps, "Ah, yikes! I know you love nothing more than seeing a fellow appliance utilized in a kitchen battle, but sometimes that means sacrificing the personal touch. You might not have any hands, but Barry does, and a good chef needs to be touching the dough to know when it's properly mixed. There's an easy way and a hard way. You don't get far by doing the easy way. When you hear everyone talking, you realize how serious your error was. You immediately shove your hands into the mixer to rescue your dough before it's overexposed. No! But you're not fast enough and your hand gets stuck. It's immediately crushed by the quickly spinning blasters. There's no way you'll be able to use that hand for the rest of the match. Colonel Sanders shakes his head in shame. What you often find is that the easy way can turn out much, much more difficult. Everyone stop what you're doing right now. This battle is over. It can't be. I was so close to finishing my dish. Sweetheart, look at your hand. You simply can't go on. Aw, that's too bad. And here I am with a completed dish, ready to serve. Surely that makes me the winner by default. No, it wouldn't be fair to compare the two on account of Barry's injury. You see Sprinkles begin to lick his doggy chops as he looks onto the dish. But I suppose you should at least tell us what you prepared. Well, because I'm the sweetest, I skip straight to dessert. Under this white chocolate dome, you'll find a wide array of delights, taking you on a journey of flavor that tastes good and tells a story of excellence. I was going to ask Barry to do the honor, but since you're injured, I'm afraid that pouring this creamer of delicate hot chocolate sauce might be too difficult. Colonel Sanders, if you wouldn't mind lending me your strong, steady hand. Colonel Sanders pours the hot chocolate sauce on top of the dome, causing it to melt away, revealing the ingredients hidden within. Inside, you'll find a delicate fried cheese croquette, atop a slice of honeycomb, ice cream 2 ways, tender nougat, and pearls of blueberry gelée. Colonel Sanders seems intrigued, but perhaps not impressed as he dips his finger in the chocolate sauce. Simplicity isn't your strong suit, is it, Ashley? Oh, you... As he places a sauce-covered finger on his lips, Ashley leans over and whispers something into his ear. A dab of sauce sticks to his mustache. Internalize the rage you feel. Put yourself between Colonel Sanders and Ashley. You reach out with your apron to wipe the sauce off his glistening face. Colonel Sanders recoils and brushes you back. This goatee isn't just a fashion statement, it's also functional. I was saving that flavor for later. For the love of Pete! Me and Colonel Sanders just were meant to be together. But I thought this was a Colonel Sanders dating sim, not some weird honky-tonky fluttery-wuttery. What is this game? I should really just stick to Far Cry and Dark Souls, because those are my jam. Oh, that was the wrong one. Silence. Really struggling to keep up. Blah 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 blah. Okay, we're back. Blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah. Internalize the rage you feel. Your rage burns so intensely within your eyes that they burst into flames. The flames cause your eyeballs to catch fire and turn to ash, and they fall off your face, which means people will have a hard time understanding your emotions for the rest of the semester, perhaps forever. Embarrassed and ashamed by your poor performance, not to mention your crispy fried brow, you run for the quad to be alone. Beautiful weather feels like an insult. Inside of you, a storm rages. It's Colonel Sanders! He's probably here to tell you that he and Ashley are in love and have decided to get married. And he won't even ask you to cater his wedding because you're a terrible chef and an awful person. You try to hide from him, but he approaches you directly. I know you're hurting right now. Not just from the devastating loss, but from that run-in with the mixer and that small fire. We should get that checked out. I'm fine. Can't you just leave me alone? I'm a loser. I'm not fit to fill your fryer. I'll never be a master chef. Failure is a part of life, not just for you, but for all of us. Do you think I've never failed at anything before? That's exactly what I think. Well then, think again. I wasn't always the man you see before you. It enrolled in culinary school, incredibly handsome, successful, and motivated. Well, handsome, sure, I was born that way. But I've walked over paths and arrived at dead ends. I was passionate about life, but I failed as an obstetrician. I was passionate about justice, but I failed as a lawyer. I was passionate about livestock, but I even failed as a mule handler. That one was especially humiliating. Mules can be so cruel. I didn't know. People see my delicate ribbon tie and my well-kept beard and assume that I've got it all together. Which is true now, but it hasn't always been. Sounds like this guy could really use a hug. I resolved then that I was going to amount to something. No amount of hours, labor, or money would deter me from giving the best I had to give. As Colonel Sanders changed his focus, you could see something ignite inside of him. A burning passion. One has to remember that every failure can be a stepping stone to something better. My new dream is pure. It's honest. It's something that a humble man in a crisp white suit can be proud of. I will create a new chain of chicken restaurants that will bring joy to the entire world and make up for my past misdeeds. Yay! Just as your moment grows intimate, you are interrupted by a threatening, shadowy presence. Battle scarred from the night before, you prepare for the worst. It's the Spork Monster! Borko, the Spork Monster, is here to fight a hero! Does anyone else feel a bit of deja vu? I'm sorry, Gorko, but I could have sworn we already battled you last night. That was Borko, my twin, and I, Gorko, am here to avenge them. Are you stronger than Borko? Well, we're twins, so no, not really. We're pretty much exactly equal in every way. Why do you ask? Colonel Sanders smirks. He's already on the same page as you. Just that we beat Borko pretty easily, so I don't think you have much of a chance. Not to mention, I feel really guilty about that. If I could take it back, I would. I think what Barry is saying is, can't we just be friends? Life's too short for making enemies. I suppose we really don't need to fight. It's just that I've got these pointed teeth and claws. All the better for enjoying tasty foods. Surely you like to eat, don't we all? Of course I do. Inspiration strikes and you come up with a quick idea. Chomp on this! Toss a biscuit into Gorko's open mouth and he devours it in one gulp. Delicious! You're much nicer than the evil students who once upon a time turned me into this creature who stands here today. I don't believe it. You were human once? Well, no, I was a chihuahua. But I was still a student at the school, until one day some mean kids with a magic spellbook cast a dark enchantment on me, and I was forever transformed. A magic spellbook? Precisely! Borko used to have a copy, but somewhere along the way I've lost it. If you could find such a book, I beg of you, respect it. You're a powerful chef, and shouldn't rely on such dark and evil magic. No, you should be protecting the innocent from those who would cheat them through sorcery and guile. If you need me, don't fear, I will be here. Sounds like there are some bad cooks in the kitchen of life. Buried together, I am sure we can defeat them. Come back to my hideaway and we can discuss. Personal invite? You can't imagine what Colonel Sanders' coming home must be like, but it sounds like you're about to find out. Really? Ah, it's that picture. And he's on a camel. Stepping inside Sanders' home, surrounded by his things, you start to feel a special bond with him. It looks like you live such an exciting life, Colonel Sanders. Every day can be an adventure if you approach it with the right attitude. Long ago I made a decision to never stop searching, never stop working, never stop imagining. Have you been working on any new recipes of your own lately? I'm always excited to talk about food with another ambitious chef. Well, there is something. It's just a side dish that I've been tinkering with, trying to find the right balance of flavors and textures. I'm not sure I've nailed it yet, but I'm close. Colonel Sanders' eyes perk up as he starts to wonder what dish you might be describing. It's meant to pair with something spicy, or something crispy. Both, perhaps. Now you've got him right where you want him. Should you reveal your new creation to him or keep it a secret just for you? Reveal it. Decide that you're as ready as you'll ever be to share your original cooking with Colonel Sanders. Before you can talk yourself out of it, you decide to dive in head first. Reach into your lunch bag for a special dish that you've been keeping in ice all day. I present to you my original coleslaw! Of course. The shredded cabbage dish glistens in the light of Colonel Sanders' Lux hideaway. You know, I actually really love cabbage, but I hate coleslaw. Magnificent! Together you chow down on the creamy slaw until just a spoonful remains in the bowl. Do you mind if I hold on to the last bite? I'd like to have it around so that I can admire its taste later and think back on this moment. You could offer to make him more, but he seems like a very sentimental kind of guy. Sure, why not? Please make yourself comfortable. I'll be back in just a moment. I'm gonna go get on my sex clothes. Realize that now would be the perfect time to do some snooping. Around the room are various items that you can look closer at. Each item seems to radiate memories and emotions. Tap on them to discover more about the Colonel. One of the framed photos shows an old man who looks a bit like Colonel Sanders standing with a friend. They hold fried chicken drumsticks and appear to be cheersing them. No, they're not. Look closely and see that there's a short inscription. I wonder who my friend Pete is. Camo. The photo appears to be Colonel Sanders, except he's an old man visiting the pyramids of Egypt. Maybe this is where he discovered one of his secret herbs and spices. Baby. An adorable little baby boy crawls across the floor. From the goatee and mustache combo he sports, you figure that this must be Colonel Sanders himself. Well, I get this music. Who frames a baby picture of just themselves? Probably the same type of person who would make their own face the logo of the company they founded, am I right? Tap on an item to discover. You open the door to Colonel Sanders' closet and find a row of his signature white suits hanging within. You take one off its hanger and try it on. The jacket is a bit big for you, but it's soft and comfortable. You give yourself a deep hug, breathing in his scent. They say that home is where the heart is. Is this what they meant? Before you can look any further, you hear Colonel Sanders returning. He has a new dish that he has been working on, and he wants you to taste it. You try to act casual until he asks why you're wearing his jacket.
Aww.
I don't usually loan those out, but I must say, it does look good on you. Oh, you. You forgot to take it off. You decide that now is your moment and make a big move. Tell me, you fess up and tell the truth. Tell the truth. You confess. I think I've developed feelings for you. I might be developing feelings for you too, but I'm concerned. I can't let anything get in the way of my dreams. Overwhelmed, you take off the jacket and run for the door. But the thought of leaving Colonel in the midst of such an emotional breakthrough gives you pause. You stop yourself. Colonel? Yes, Barry? I honestly think this may be the beginning of something wonderful. I think you're right. We should take things slow. You talk late into the night and drift off into a slumber. Dream sequence! You awake to a beautiful morning in Colonel Sanders' hideaway. Did you make the right decision on how to respond to Colonel Sanders? Only time will truly tell. Today is a day that could change the rest of your life. Your thoughts interrupted when Colonel Sanders emerges into the room. He's holding a gorgeously plated breakfast, and your mouth waters at the sight of it. Here's a simple breakfast I just whipped up. That's not breakfast. Maybe in the South. It's meticulous. You taste Colonel Sanders' food, and it takes you on a journey. When you return, he's waiting to ask you an important question. So would you say that we're the perfect match? How presumptuous. My cuisine and your taste buds, that is. Such confidence, such grace. Could he be the world's greatest gift to cookery? Flatter him. You know, I think we make a great team. A single tear begins to pool in the corner of his eye as he gazes out the window. And with the right business partner, I know I can't fail. Business partner! Could be talking about you? It's all happening so quickly. Overcome with emotion and confused by your feelings, you're on the verge of tears, unable to speak. The only answer you can find is to run out the door and get home. There's still one more day of school after all. The University of Cooking School Academy for Learning waits for no one. You get home to find something very surprising. Your best friend is there waiting for you. Where have you been? Because I had one heck of a night. I've been desperate to talk to you about it, but I couldn't find you. I got worried that something had happened to you. It's okay, but now that it turns out you're fine, I can finally get you up to speed on the saga of Miriam. Sure, but you will not believe what happened to me after school yesterday. I went on a date. I think I can believe that. Since I'd been partnered up with Clink, he asked me to go out with him. Of course, I told him you'd better keep your ideals turned to polite and respectful. I'm not that kind of girl. But he was just interested in spending some one-on-one time together and getting to know me. So I said, yeah, sure, I can get to know you, that little metallic guy. Long story short, he took me skydiving with his friends, but things quickly spiraled out of control. That's... Okay. Did she just say skydiving? If that's a typical first date, that's what I was thinking. And now I'm not really sure where we stand. You don't give Miriam time to tell her the whole story, however. Bottling up the details of your own night is just too much to bear. And I went on a date too, back to Colonel Sanders' house, where I spent the night with him. You what? Nothing happened but the emotional connection? Wowzers. Miriam tells you to move on from this whole Colonel Sanders obsession and focus on school. Being obsessed with Colonel Sanders is wrong. You don't want to be right. After a short argument, you both agree to go your separate ways. When you arrive at school, you encounter your rivals in the quad. You can tell from a distance that they're picking on Pop, though he himself might not grasp that fact. Because, he's Pop. What's a swirly? It sounds delicious. Oh, it's great. I'll order you up one right away. I'll have my swirly with sprinkles, please. Sprinkles is a dog and a treat. You can get your swirly dip, too. Why don't you pick on someone your own size? Because I'm literally the biggest person at the school. There's that horse that Colonel Sanders rides at school, but who would dare pick on such a gentle and beautiful creature? You've got some nerve, Barry, suggesting a pick on... Oh, that was me. I thought it was her. You need to take your stockings down, maybe up a size. They seem a little too tight. You're gonna lose circulation, lady. Now you're twisting my words and I won't have it. You clench your fist, but the injury from yesterday's mixer accident makes you wince with pain. Doesn't look like you can go on cooking like that. Might as well just give up. I'll never give up. Ever! Colonel Sanders arrives just as it appears things are close to boiling over. A naturally intuitive person, he senses that something has been going on. Is everyone excited for the final day of school? Barry, how's that hand feeling? I'm sure you'll be back in fighting form by this afternoon. Aren't you concerned about my hands, Colonel? Yesterday I almost broke a nail winning so hard. Your nails aren't even done. Shut up. Technically, I don't believe a winner was decided, but your presentation was quite impressive. Well, I guess you can, break a nail. I've done it before, but whatever. What is he doing complimenting her? But what about the flavor of my delicate, warm, gooey chocolate sauce? It was clear that you're passionate about how your food is received. It's a lot of words to say it was bland. Excuse me, Barry, I'm more than capable enough to speak for myself. Maybe you could tell me more of your thoughts as we walk into class, Colonel. I'm always interested in discussing the fine art of fine foods. See you inside, Barry. Annoyed by Colonel Sanders' inability to see Ashley for who you know she really is, you walk across the quad to get some distance. In an attempt to distract yourself from how slighted you feel by that interaction with Ashley, you take out the spell book you recovered yesterday and start flipping through the pages. Whoa! That's that book! It looks like bad news! It's just something I found lying around. It would appear to be some sort of grimoire. But I don't really believe in that magical stuff. A grimoire? Like a book of spells? I don't know who would spend so much time decorating a magic book if it weren't really powerful. I can think of one surefire way to find out. You open the page covered with arcane warnings. Cast only in case of extreme emergency, it says around the edges of the page. I could use the spell here that says it will erase anyone I choose from all of my memories. If I scribble out Colonel Sanders, it would probably help me focus better on the upcoming final exam. That is way drastic. Couldn't you do something else, like anything else? Not rooted in dark magic? Maybe tie a string around your finger? Okay, fine. It is drastic, but desperate times call for desperate measures. You've got a memory erasing spell sitting right in front of you and a pretty good excuse to try it out. Don't do it. Take your friend's advice and put the book away. It's almost time for class. Sprinkles is already in the room, waiting for the students to arrive. He clears his voice to make a quick announcement. I want you all to know if I feel something of a dog moment coming on, but I assure you it's nothing to be afraid of. His cute little nose scrunches up and he begins to breathe quickly. He must be hungry. Reach for some old homework to give him as a snack. Dogs can be rather unpredictable, especially Sprinkles. Wait to see what happens. I don't know. Sprinkles immediately goes for it and gobbles the sheet of paper like it's a piece of fresh chicken rawhide. I apologize for the outburst. I know it seems cliche, but not much in this world satisfies like ungraded work. My, Barry. Were you studying something with cinnamon? I've been sitting in on a lecture series around the art of cake baking. How insightful. This actually brings up an important point. Thank you, Barry, for reminding me to dole out this indispensable bit of wisdom. You see, but before you can go any further, Miriam's love drum spills over into the class. Interrupted by whirs and sparks. Okay. I told you to save it for after class. You think I wanted to be thrown from a plane strapped to a stranger? Miriam and Clank appear to be arguing, but you still haven't learned to speak Clank's language of mechanical noises. But no, you had to show off to your cool kid friends Jeff and Joan. J&J forever. I'm making her sound like the other bitch. Watch us from a triangle in midair as we descend. Triangles are the strongest shape, don't you know? Bzz, bzz, bzz. Yeah, well, that doesn't make it a great date. And take Jeff and Joan with you. You can all hold hands as you pedal down the mountain or off a cliff for all I care. Yeah, beep, beep. Clank begins to shudder. Steam pours out of the gaps in his panels, and then a loud ding stops him in his tracks. No amount of seasoning is going to make me want to eat that, Clank. Clank burps out completely deep-fried sneaker. Considering that he himself has wheels, not feet, it's entirely clear where it came from. Not entirely clear. In terms of deep-fried footwear, I guess it looks okay. Clank slowly rolls out of the room to be alone with his shoe. Everyone tries to pretend like they didn't see that entire thing go down. Nothing like a loud public breakup to cast a pall over the final day of school. Well, that was fortunate. But we mustn't be distracted from what lies ahead. The final competition showdown challenge exam trademark. I'm still working on the title, but I think you get it. Test time approaches. See you all in the arena. Before you can think about your upcoming competition, there's a very beautiful soul nearby and a pep talk. Hey, Miriam, are you okay? Okay, I'm so mad I could smash a tiny mug, spilling several drops of hot cocoa all over the floor. How could he embarrass me in class like that, in front of everyone? Her tiny Coco is a delicious treasure, so you know that this breakup is no joke, even if the source of her frustration is such a silly boy. I know that you know this, but I'm gonna say it out loud. You don't need anyone. Me and you, we're gonna cruise through this final test and hit the carpool lane to Success City. Miriam brightens up, imagining the wind rushing through her short bangs, but she hesitates to embrace the feeling all the way. You're not going to saddle up on Colonel Sanders' stallion and ride off into the sunset without me. Of course not. Well, maybe sort of, but I'm sure there's a pony out there with your name on it, a ranch big enough for both of us and whoever else we want to bring along. It's not Pop or Clank or anyone else you meet today, tomorrow, or this whole year. So what? You're a special person who shouldn't settle for the first someone to show a little interest anyhow. Miriam gives you a big hug and wipes the tears from her cheeks. I should really review my menu for today. I'm going to make a very special soup. And I bet the Professor Dog is going to love it up. While you were pep talking Miriam, you completely missed lunch, but that's okay because you had a better idea of how to spend the time before your exam. You decided to head to the arena early to practice a dish. This is it, the location of your final challenge. A test of will, a test of courage, a test of talent. And a chance to beat the pants off Van Van and the supposed man, and his ever eviler counterpart, Ashley. As planned, you begin to run through a quick test of a recipe you've been working on. Barry's famous chicken pot pie. After practicing for months, making this dish comes second nature to you, and you're able to quickly get a fresh pot pie in the oven. But as soon as you do, your cram session is interrupted by Colonel Sanders. Barry, what are you doing here? There's still time before the final exam. Oh, just taking it all in. I'm big into visualizing success. I'm looking at my station and picturing victory. Pot pie has begun to bake, and the smell is slowly filling the space around you. Visualizing, huh? That's too bad. I was hoping you were here cooking something delicious. You'd usually happily share your food with anyone who's hungry, but the last time you let Colonel Sanders get into your head, it cost you a cook-off. You decided that it's time to put your cooking above your romantic desires, but that decision gets hard to stick to when the oven timer goes off behind you. Fess up about your practice this. Yeah. Okay, you got me. I'm doing a little bit more than visualizing. I know, my nose can smell a pot pie from 400 yards away. It's an oddly specific distance, but you'd expect nothing less from such an oddly specific man. You know it was a pot pie from just the smell? Not just a pot pie, but a chicken pot pie, with an all butter crust, and my nose is telling me something else. Oh no. Is it burning? Haha, no, I can smell that it was made with a heaping helping of TLC, but it'll probably start burning in a second if you don't pull it out. Never pull out, Colonel Sanders. Dirty jokes were coming in at one point or another. Wow. That does look pretty yummy. I want that now. That's what I want to eat right now. It's the best pot pie I've ever tasted. I've always loved country... Where do you keep getting that staff from? I've always loved country cooking, and I could eat this all day. There's no time left. The final showdown is about to begin. Sprinkles lays down the ground rules. Is except to cook with everything you've got. You step up for the cook-off of a lifetime. You decide that mac and cheese plus the pot pie you've been practicing are just the dishes that'll push you over the edge to victory. Meanwhile, both Van Van and Ashley are prepping wildly elaborate dishes, per their usual over-the-top selves. Miriam has her giant magnifying glass and several sets of tweezers. She's definitely prepared to go big going small. Colonel Sanders seems to be harnessing his 11 herbs and spices, but he's trying to find a way to improve on something perfect. His original recipe, fried chicken. The intensity in the room starts at grammar. Full 10 out of 10 with a frenzy of action. Everyone is calling out really cool special cooking moves as they prepare their food. Wow, this is getting serious. Colonel Sanders batters his chicken as it levitates through the air. Egg wash! Miriam furiously injects ingredients into an itty-bitty pot of broth. Best friend Baster Blaster! Baster Blaster! Van Van flexes his pectorals as he chops open a sea urchin. Let's rock and roid! Ashley scoops her pastries off the tray with lightning speed. Shallow personality spatula! Even Clank gets in on it. 5-dial pressure point chicken cooking technique! Wait, when did Clank learn to speak English? It's the singularity as was foretold! We mustn't let it happen or the appliance uprising will take us all! Self-destruct. Van Van quickly unplugs Clank and rolls him out of the back door of the arena. As you frantically prepare your dish, you notice Ashley has her spellbook out. Is she going to use some dark magic to turn the tide? You've got a book of your own, and you're desperate not to see her win another battle. Should you take this opportunity to fight magic with magic, even if it's almost certainly evil magic? Do it the hard way. Who needs magic when you've got passion? I'm going to do it the hard way. Colonel Sanders sees that you've chosen to win on your own terms, and he gives you a subtle wink from across the room. I believe in you, Barry. Miriam notices too. And I've always believed in you, Barry, since we were little kids, because I'm your best friend forever. You turn to notice that Miriam is at your station cheering for you. Miriam, what about your dish? If you're cheering, who's cooking? Tiny food, short cook time. I'm actually already done, so I thought I'd help you. Oh, that's sweet, but Miriam tosses a handful of spices directly into your boiling noodles. It's the secret ingredient. However, she doesn't know that you lied and the ingredient was made up, and where in the world did she get Eye of Newt from? The boiling pot explodes, sending Miriam flying backwards. The watery noodles begin to swirl in the air, bubbling up into a dark cloud that thickens and congeals before your very eyes. It is I, Steve, the spork monster. Steve? What happened to Gorko? You're not here to battle me, are you? We spork monsters are many. I think Gorko had the day off, but you have conjured Steve, and I hate to battle, so I'd say you're doing pretty alright. Oh, hey, you're in the middle of a cooking competition. I love this stuff. It's better than TV. You crazy kids and your culinary skills really impress me. Mind if I hang out? I'm sorry, Steve, but I'm kind of in the middle of something. Do you mind? Steve the Spork Monster notices that you've got the grimoire stashed beneath your cooking station. I see what you're up to. Crisscross some magical items and accidentally summoned me, huh? Ha, yeah, you guessed it, sorta. If you're here, would you mind tossing some fresh noodles in a pot of salted water? I'd love to. I've always wanted to be a top chef, actually. You know, when I was just a little spork pup back in the old country, you can feel Spork Monster winding up to tell a very long and involving story. You don't know exactly where they came from, but it seems like it was probably a lonely there. Actually, you know what? Maybe you should watch from the stands. I really need to focus on this competition. I understand. It's kind of like that time in monster school that I had fallen asleep during scare tactics class, and when I woke up, you tossed a serious stare at Steve, and he takes the hint. Never mind, I'll tell you later. Good luck. Having suffered this huge setback, you don't know how you could ever win. Summon extra power from deep within yourself to give up and drop out of culinary school. I can do this. I have what it takes. I came here to win. Your hair turns mac and cheese orange as culinary energy flows through your body. My heart is pure. My hands are steady. My taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for... Yes, Barry, you are the chosen one. You will avenge me. The power you'd been summoning immediately fades back out. You're not up to my inspiring monologue. Sorry. My heart is pure. My hands are steady. My taste buds have been preparing for their entire lives for this moment. I will show the world my cookery! You begin to levitate off the ground. Energy courses through your body. You'll know that with this power you can do anything, except turn back time, which would be super useful because while you were powering up, your chicken pot pie of a character in the oven and can't be served. But don't worry, dear Barry. You may have suffered some setbacks, but all is not lost. Impressed with your fortitude, Colonel Sanders decides that you have earned his support. I've been watching you today, and I must say I'm truly impressed. You've been thinking on your feet and rolling with the punches. He steps up to your station and stands right beside you. I'm here to help. All you've managed to make is mac and cheese, and time is almost up, so you're going to need it. But Colonel Sanders, what about the test? What will happen to you? What about the rules? Following the rules has never really been my thing. I follow my heart. What a guy. Colonel Sanders unfolds a delicate white towel to reveal the most delicious fried chicken tenders you've ever laid your eyes on. Besides, sometimes unexpected combinations can have surprising effects that surpass their individual efforts. Are you suggesting if we combine forces we can form the perfect food union? Time's up, students. God, thank God I was not ready for another quick time. The time expired. It's the moment everyone has been waiting for. You must now prepare to present your dishes. Handful of students stand tall, but the class seems incomplete. It seems we're missing some students. Pop, Clank. From our screen you hear a pure and innocent giggle that can only come from one student. I'm flying! It sounds like it's coming from that broom closet over there. Miriam, would you mind? Inside the closet, you see Pop hanging on a broom hook by the elastic of his underpants. Pop, get down from there right now! Let me guess. Did Van have something to do with this? When someone asks for a wedgie, who am I to refuse? I thought a wedgie was a salad! Looks like Pop is eliminated from the challenge, seeing how he didn't cook anything. I can't feel my legs. May I be excused? Sure. You kids and your pranks. I must say it's not the worst prank in UCSAL history, but it's not exactly yearbook material. Wait a second. Pranks. Clink! Where did that pressure cooker roll off to? You wait to hear a signature word beep or other onomatopoeia, but there's none. Somehow he must have gotten unplugged, I guess. We'll have to figure that out later. That leaves only 4 remaining students. Please collect your final projects. Yes, it has been a long semester. 3 whole days long. But after days of hard work, the time has come for me to eat. Miriam, please step forward. Now describe your dish. I've made... That's adorable, and I love tiny food. Udon noodles and savory soup. My word, it's so delicate. Is that a teeny tiny noodle-maki I spy afloat in its itsy-bitsy bowl? Yes, Chef. Please call me Sprinkles. Chef is my father's name. Yes, Sprinkles, and some green tea made from baby tea leaves that I picked myself. Sprinkles carefully sniffs around the dish before opening his mouth and letting just the tip of his pink dog tongue dip into the bowl. Sublime! Would anyone else like a taste? Oh, come on, I'm not one of those dogs who doesn't floss. Oh, dear. It's getting to me. I even have a really cute electric toothbrush for dogs. Fine, I'll enjoy it all by myself. In a flash, the entire meal has been devoured. Not that it took much, it was less than a thimble's worth of soup. A+. Rarely do I taste a dish with as much love poured into it as yours. Miriam is overjoyed. She gives you a huge hug. Thank you, Barry, for helping me to believe in myself. Van, you're up. Now describe your dish. I made uni over smooth egg custard in an axe-hewn urchin shell, topped with caviar. He does like his seafood, don't he? Did you skewer one type of urchin with spines from a second different colored type of urchin? Yes, Sprinkles. A bit much, don't you think? That's exactly why I did it. A bit much is kind of my... I think I swore there. A bit much is kind of my brand. Doesn't it look cool? What kind of gloves are those? They're not even gloves. It's like he's got half gloves. Like, fingerless gloves, sure, but he's got like halves. He's weird. Sprinkles leans in to sniff the uni, but he can't get his nose close on account of all the spikes. He begins to paw it erratically, causing the custard to slosh around. Woof, woof. Please be gentle with my cuisine. Arrgh. Finally, Sprinkles goes all in, tongue first, but he can't get past all the needles. He reels back as his tongue is poked and prodded. Youch! My tongue! The professor appears to be having an allergic reaction to this thing. I can't eat think. This it keeps my talking. Spit everywhere. My tongue. Disqualified. A stunning turn of events. Who would have thought that serving food in a bowl made of needles could make it difficult to eat? I spit on my screen. Whoops. Dejected Van does not go gentle into the night. Blah! Where does air go? Disqualified for glamour. Don't discount simplicity. This isn't the last you've heard of me or my righteous star here. For forcing us to endure his swollen tongue for another moment, thank God, Sprinkles graciously laps up a bowl of milk. I know. Yeah, I'm a dog and I drink milk. Get over it. Sometimes it helps calm my agitated tongue. Next student, Ashley, it's time to step up. Now describe your dish. I made orange blossom Turkish delight in a light rosewater syrup topped with French meringue and connected by sugar glass. Looks yummy if I cared for Turkish delight. That actually doesn't sound too bad. Indeed, it's quite delightful. However, I'd ask that you please refrain from eating it or attempting to taste it in any way. It's very fragile and it's meant to be a display piece. Don't eat the food. At a cooking school? Got toast in your ears or something, Barry? I told you it's a display piece. Ashley, I must say it is beautiful. However, this is a cooking competition. At a cooking school. Yeah, which is why I cooked it and did an extremely good job cooking it too. I didn't realize that we were having an eating exam. mean, she's got a point, you know. But it's gotta taste good, lady. Do your tits get smaller? If I wanted to be judged on eating, I'd go to a college of eating, school for the hungry. I suppose you could smell it if you absolutely insisted, but don't breathe too hard. You might disrupt the sugar spiral. The food cannot be eaten, it cannot be judged. You are disqualified. Rage overtakes Ashley, and she finally cannot keep her two-faced routine up. You wouldn't know high-end cuisine if it cooked you! And with that, Ashley stormed... Where'd you get that? Okay. I'll have to rededicate herself to being the best, but this time without being shackled by trying to be fake nice and liked by everyone. This isn't the last you've heard of me, either. If this class gets much smaller, I'll be teaching myself. You and Colonel Sanders, the final cooks, step up together. Oh. Whatever. 2 chefs? What began as a bowl of delicious mac and cheese has become something else. Oh god, no, it's that! I should have seen it coming. You remember when they got that? This is a mac and cheese bowl with the chicken and the cheese and the... Ugh. Oh god. Sniffing and eyeing the bowl. Oh, I don't have a good feeling about this. From somewhere in the room, a literal drum roll plays. Just when I thought I've seen everything in this kitchen, you give me this thing and completely blow me away. In my 49 dog years of life, I have never tasted anything so delicious and perfectly balanced. It's so delicious, in fact, that everyone passes the class. You pass, and you pass, and you get a pass. Everyone gets a pass. Everyone gathers around and partakes of the mac and cheese bowl. They all seem to transcend this reality into another dimension. You win! Together, you and Colonel Sanders have made a new menu item. The new menu item is so impressive, even the Van, and Ashley are drawn back by its magnetic fragrance. When they gaze upon your mac and cheese bowl, they admit that you are indeed an excellent chef. Sprinkles declares that you have passed. Everyone has passed. There were supposed to be more battles, but come on, how could they be better than this one? Now that the school year is complete and everyone has graduated, the students return for one last assignment: to get their groove on. The cafeteria has been completely redecorated in order to serve as the site of the school's graduation dance. Compared to the massive high-tech cooking arena, the humble decor seems downright cute and cozy. I'm not reading that. You can't get me to read that. You cannot, and I will not. But also world-renowned turntablist. Who says you can't teach an old dog new tricks? Wow. I'm sorry. I'm looking at her. I have pants like that. I call them my denim underwear. Tell everyone that they've committed themselves to righting the wrongs they did while they were the villains. Okay. I'm sorry, I'm just taking this in right now. For a moment, you actually believe them. Not another haunting! No ghosts allowed at graduation. It's clearly written in the school's bylaws. I was never actually a ghost. It was all a trick to get you to finally notice me. Oh, amusing. And now that everyone is together... It's the Spork Monster! He has totally mellowed out. Everyone, the Spork Monster is no more. From here out, I'd prefer that everyone refer to me by my new name, Party Monster. The student tries to finish what he had to say, but everyone is too wrapped up talking to Party Monster. Dejected, the student walks off. Maybe things work out for Miriam romantically, but she found the love in her cooking, and you know she's gonna do great. A red carpet rolls out across the floor of the ballroom. It's like a Hollywood movie premiere. Who could command such an entrance? It's Pop! He's arrived late to the dance, but apparently for good reason. Walking the carpet, you see perched atop his dirty chef's hat a crown. Welcome back, Pop. I know you weren't able to complete the final exam and accept your diploma, so we had it mailed directly to your father. We figured it was the least we could do for the school's dean. Oh, now I get it. And we get a new wing on the school, not to mention the honor of educating the son of the chancellor of... such and such. The music of the dance is interrupted by the sound of sparking and electrical hissing. It's Clank, who has arrived late to the dance. Now that Clank have graduated, I can reveal my truth. Whoa, he's still doing that talking thing. I am Clank, and I am not of this earth. I am actually from a faraway planet in another dimension. What? What? I actually feel like I knew it this whole time. Now that I have learned the ways of your kind, I must return. Miriam, will you come with me? I don't know what to say! Besides, no, obviously, I've just begun to learn who I really am. This isn't the time for me to devote my life to figure out who you are, Clank. You're blown away by Miriam's maturity. It's pretty clear she has managed to surpass you in that regard. I understand. Kind of. Humans are weird. A portal opens up and Clank disappears through it. Finally, Colonel Sanders arrives. Whoa. Whoa. Now the apron ain't hiding that physique. Whoa. Like, whoa. He's got like the hot Japanese bod, you know, like all the anime guys got. But he's got the loose fitting t-shirts, fine. Howdy, classmates! Just like the first day you met him, he has come prepared to feed the entire class. However, it's not enough to just give them a bucket of chicken. This time, it's a full meal! Oh, I do love their taters. I didn't get to be the most famous chicken man in the history of chicken and man by not reminding people to go out and buy my chicken! The end. When do I get to... No, it's not the end. I was gonna... As everyone feasts on their delicious chicken dinner, Colonel Sanders finds you sitting at the edge of the dance floor. Barry, what are you doing sitting all alone? Oh, you know, just waiting for the right person to ask me to dance. I wonder, might you tell me what are the qualities that you would expect to find in such a lucky person? Off the top of my head, oh, I don't know. Spicy musk, tiny goatee, and a degree from the University of Cooking School Academy for Learning, just to name a few. Truly is my lucky day. Would you dance with me? Nah. Yeah, I'd love to. As you glide across the dance floor, hand in hand with Colonel Sanders, the future stretches out in front of you. And once my 100th franchise is up and running, I'll be ready to take a day off, and I'll be so glad to spend it together with you, Barry. How sweet. We'll work together and play together. Colonel Sanders stops dead in his tracks. Work together. Ugh. I think this is something I'll just need to do by myself. But who will help you run your restaurants? I don't believe I need help. Besides, based on your time at school here, do you really think running restaurants is the best path forward? Could it be? You found a love connection, but failed to earn Colonel Sanders' respect as a chef. Can you live with only half of him? Will you be able to endure sharing him with his other love, the life of an entrepreneur? I suppose I could enroll in pastry school. Oh, my dear Barry, I'm sure that you'll find your place eventually. And along the way, you'll have me by your side. The end. No end credits? I was waiting for some end credits, buddy. Oh, we're just gonna get the anime opening again? Yeah. It's okay, I'll deal with it. Oh, look at him go. Go, Colonel Sanders! Go! Can I get like a one-off anime movie of this or something? Can I like perfect this game? Like, I don't want to play it again, but it was fun. It was a fun time. A good hour and a half of my time. That was great. Good job, game. Good job. Just makes me want to play Dream Daddy now for some reason. Well, that was quite the adventure. I don't know much about Colonel Sanders, but I'll buy this for an origin story. Why not? That's great. I think I had more fun with this than Goose Game, but maybe it's because it was shorter. I don't know. It's just fun. I enjoyed it. I hope all of no people watching me also enjoyed it. I don't care. I had fun. Y'all have a wonderful day. I'm gonna go now. I'm gonna go. My throat is killing me now. I've never had to do that much talking in a game before. And that southern accent comes real natural. As you could tell, I was continuing it on when I shouldn't have. But I used to have one when I was a kid, and every time it comes on, it just likes to stick around. Whenever I hang out with southern folk too, it just automatically comes back. It's just... I should talk more like that. No, I have a mimical, I think, accent. I mean, I grew up with the southern one, but like, I'll mimic other words in accents a lot of the time. Especially the Mexican accent, but most assuredly the southern one because I was born with that accent, man. I had that accent for like 10 years of my life. The first 10 years of my life, just straight up southern. Then my daddy left to buy cigarettes, and yeah. But I had fun using that voice. It's natural to me. I'm half Texan, by the way. But okay, now I'm gonna go. And I'm gonna maybe record something else. I gotta do other stuff. Alright, y'all have a wonderful day. Yeah, I wanna exit.